All right, welcome back. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And for a change, I'm early. I'm a minute early. Check me out. Right. So good afternoon. It's 12:14 p.m. my time. I want to talk about the possibility of an XL bully ban in the United States. Now, this XL bully ban thing is starting to get serious. And if they continue on this path, I suspect it's going to backfire. I'm seeing a pattern here that I suspect is going to backfire. Now, if y'all remember, before all of this talk of XL bullies, we really didn't hear about XL bullies. If you remember, there was a lot of dog attacks before all the big talk of an XL bully ban in the UK. Y'all remember that? The videos are still up, especially on my old channel. Before this XL bully ban facade, people around the world were getting mutilated by bully breeds non-stop. Then out of nowhere, they start talking about XL bullies in the UK and how horrible XL bullies are and how much they need to be banned. When the fact is, before all this talk about the XL bully, all bully breeds, they were a combined force. They were essentially one entity. Y'all remember in India, the two old women who got killed by their own dogs. I believe one of them was a Rottweiler. Speaking of Rottweilers, Rottweilers have been tearing people up as well over the past few years. There's been several types of mutated bully breeds that have been attacking people. Then out of nowhere, all the focus is on the XL bully. And it's the XL bully that's the problem. No. I suspect that this is all a circus. It's all a facade. And let me tell you, I also suspect that this whole XL bully thing is in response to our presence. What a lot of people don't understand is that when we congregate, when we get together like we are now, we actually get more views than several media outlets. Oh, you see? Because understand, people don't just tune in to my videos, for example, to hear me talk. A lot of people tune in to interact with others just as much as they're listening, if not more. Quite often, people in the chat room are having a whole different conversation about dogs. So there are multiple discussions taking place during these live streams at the same time. So it's like a stereo anti-dog effect. They see that we generate a lot of energy and we make dangerously accurate points, and we stick to the information. We stick to the data. That's the problem. And I'm telling y'all, that's the influence that we have. That's the source of our power. Make no mistake, we have influence. After these dog attacks, look at how many of us chime in. Look at how many of us speak on it. And people tune in to hear what we got to say because they know that we keep up with dog attacks. We put our research on display for the world to see, right? Aside from the stuff I upload in the members area, we are essentially a class, a study group, voluntarily researching a certain segment of society. And the problem is these politicians and lawmakers that pass dog laws are not. They're not the experts. None of them are. And when I say expert, I don't mean to make that sound like an arrogant thing. It just means you spend a whole lot of time, basically on a daily basis, researching something. So there are many experts who are not even officially an expert. Some of you know I recently became a member of Jay Marvelous channel. You know, I view that guy as sort of like a fortune teller. Like he's a real spiritual dude, and he's helped me to understand some of the things in my life. But anyways, this right here is problematic. I suspect this is going to backfire. Now, you know what? I want to get other people's take on this. Where do you think this is headed? Look at this article. XL Bully kills Chihuahua in horrendous attack. Okay, now this is ITVX. Daily Mail did the same story. They covered the exact same story in the Daily Mail. So it's not just a low-level article. Owners of Chihuahua mauled to death by XL Bully call for the dogs to be muzzled at all times following spate of fatal attacks. This, what I just read, is in Falmouth. People, that's here in the United States. What y'all talking about XL Bullies for here in the U.S.? This is in Massachusetts. Now, I'm in Ohio. I have not heard talks about XL Bullies in the streets. So what are they trying to bring this XL Bully thing over here, and why? Now, disrespectfully, once again, they're talking about having muzzles at all times on XL Bullies. And they're using this story to sort of usher that in. Now, I don't know if this is going to grow legs, if this is going to be a thing here in the United States or not. But all the hoopla over there in the UK it acts as pressure on the United States government. Because the United States and the UK are almost identical as far as being dog lover nations. Because people are getting ripped apart over here just like they are in the UK. They're like tit for tat. Most of the stories I talk about come out the UK, United States, and Australia. So it's not good for the bully-loving world. Now, I suspect that their intent is to promote bully breeds. I've talked about that. I suspect that that's their plan. Because before all this talk about a ban of XL Bully, they were trying every day to get rid of bully breeds out of these shelters all across the world. All across the world. Now, disrespectfully, once again, like I was about to say, they have decided to implement laws, have some type of regulation on dangerous dogs in response to a dog attacking another dog. No, don't make mandatory muzzling of XL Bullies in response of kids being attacked, maybe the elderly being attacked. Now, if we talk about over there in Massachusetts, recently you had the old man, an elderly man, killed over there. Right? No, they don't want to ban because they're tired of those types of attacks. They're heartbroken and their spirit is broken when a dog is attacked. Oh, a dog was attacked. It's time to change the laws. But when a child is attacked, oh, they must have done something. They must have been antagonizing it. Oh, I hope he learned his lesson. I hope the child is okay, but I hope they learn their lesson. They must have done something to the poor dog. This is what they say. And just like this ban in Michigan that they had not long ago, they said that they implemented that ban in response to a dog attack on another dog. And I showed y'all, and this is in Massachusetts, people, and it's real easy, it's real funny. Here, look at this. For those people who are not aware, Falmouth. That's a funny name. Uh-oh. What in the world happened here? That's a funny name for a city or a town or whatever that is. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, here we go. Okay, that's in Massachusetts. Wait a minute. Okay. Now, what you looking at now is dog attacks that took place in Massachusetts. Here, a couple were attacked. Okay. Dog attacks owner. Okay, that was in Peabody, Massachusetts. A 67-year-old man. Dog attack on a 6-year-old girl back in February, early this year. Y'all see that? Okay. And she was sent to the Boston Children's Hospital in Massachusetts, but I guess maybe she's from Maine. What is Chesterville? I don't know. Over there in the same area. No, they don't want to implement the ban in response to these attacks. Oh, no. Oh, no. They hate children. Dog lovers? Especially, and you know what? The nastier and meaner, the more dangerous the dog, usually the more that the owner hates children. And their ownership of those dogs is their expression of that hatred for kids. Notice how a lot of times these people don't have no kids. They just got these dumb, stinking, nasty dogs. Okay, so yeah, forget about the people attacked in Massachusetts. They want to impose a ban just like they did in Michigan in response to a worthless mutt being attacked. And she's on here describing the attack. And look at how this is so disrespectful. Look at how long this is. And look at how much they babble. Look at this. All of this is her describing the attack. How pathetic is that? It's rare to find them elaborate this much when the dog attacks a child. A dog attack a child, usually they only say about this much. And that's the end of the article. But with this worthless mutt, they're just babbling nonstop. Look at this. They hit us with this big, thick paragraph. Then they show 3 goofy nutter photos, right? Nutter photos. Then they continue babbling. Look at this. And look, she's still describing the attack. Look at the last sentence. We were trying to work out a plan. I was trying to get Luca. He was trying to get the other dog off him. They're still describing this goofy attack on this worthless mutt. And then they show more nutter images. And they continue babbling. They are still describing the attack. Look at this. Despite the terrible attack, there ain't that much to say about no dog attacking another dog. Do you know how far you have to bend over backwards to say that much about a flipping dog attack? And in my opinion, that reveals that it's an agenda. You trying way too hard doing all that talking. Shout out to Wandering Fuels in the super chat. Wandering Fuels is on to me. Oh yes, I got big plans this year, and 2024 should be a big year, and I'm gonna make sure that book get published. But this is, y'all know this is not the first time I've complained about articles like this. And look, they're not done. They're still, look at this, still babbling about dogs. It's ridiculous. Now, it's so ridiculous at this point that in the comment section, in many of these articles, you see anti-dog comments. They are actually starting to dominate the comment section. Anti-dog comments. Somebody said, what exactly is an XL bully? It's not a breed. And this is why I believe this whole XL bully ban is going to backfire. Because I suspect they're trying to move it into other countries. And I suspect that their aim is to actually promote bully breeds. They don't care about no XL bully. Anybody who's afraid or worried about an XL bully, they're going to be afraid and worried about a Staffordshire Terrier, American, and all the other bully breeds. I mean, stop it. It's hard to find anybody who's dumb enough to distinguish between an XL bully and a different type of bully breed. There ain't a person on this planet who's going to be terrified of an XL bully but run up to some other bully breed to pet it. Ridiculous. Now, and you know what? Actually, I'm going to reach out and I'm going to get other people's input on this. What exactly do you think is going on? Look at this picture, for example. Check him out. It's not the first time we've seen this. A lot of dog owners, after this XL bully ban started, they've been making shirts and making signs that says, I am not an XL bully. And they're getting it for their dog. Sir, this may not be an XL bully, but looking at it, it need to be banned too. And that's what I think is the problem. That's the weak portion of this agenda. And I suspect this is a massive agenda to simply promote bully breeds because they're sick of people. They are sick and tired of people ignoring bully breeds. They're trying to do something about all these shelters overflowing with bully breeds. So during this time, this is just my suspicion, during this time, they've been thinking of ways to promote bully breeds. What better way than to project bully breeds as being under attack? Being under attack and misunderstood. It's the perfect way to promote bully breeds. And as you're doing that and you're actually implementing bans, the idea is make sure the ban has as little impact as possible on the dog lover world, on the bully breed lover world. That's what I suspect is going on here. And the best way to have the smallest impact against the bully breed lovers is to ban yet another single type of bully breed. So this is a promotion of bully breed. This is their solution to these overflowing, crowded shelters across the country. But I suspect it's going to backfire. And I would like to know if others believe it's going to backfire And why do you, if you believe it's going to backfire? Or do you think it's helpful? I'm open to the possibility that my suspicion is wrong. Do you think it's helpful? Okay, that's a strong argument there as well. Because if they're bringing, that's ultimately what they're doing, is bringing attention to dangerous dogs. And if you ask me, right now, that's a dangerous thing to do. Because you have a lot of people out here who are putting out the truth and who know dogs very, very well. And if you are trying to push some agenda like that, where you're trying to ban another type of single bully breed just to ultimately promote bully breeds in general, right now is the worst time for you to do that. You know, right now is the time where people will notice. They'll see the game, the con that you're trying to run, doing that now, just like we have, possibly. Okay, I could still be wrong. I don't know. But that's what I suspect. Okay, we're out here putting out the truth about these things. And I think this, if this is some type of con, it's very weak. Very weak. And this is in the mind of everybody knows it. Nobody's stupid. If they got neighbors right now who are afraid of their XL bully, if you go get rid of that XL bully and go get some other bully breed, they still going to be scared. They're still going to be worried. Because that thing is still a killer. Don't matter if it's a little smaller than an XL bully. XL bullies are unnecessarily large anyways. That's the thing about them. They don't have to be as big as they are to be as dangerous as they are. To a human, the smaller bully breeds are just as dangerous. That is the weak part of this whole XL bully facade. Now I want to show y'all something else. Boy, this is hilarious what's going on. Oh man, shout out to How Tang in the super chat. Big shout out to everybody in the super chat, in the chat room. This is horrible. People, y'all remember maybe a week or so, a couple weeks ago, I did a video on this guy. And I was basically begging this guy to respond to me. And of course, he never did. Okay? He has a YouTube channel, if I'm not mistaken. I know he has a channel. There is a channel that basically represents him. Y'all remember this guy? Oh my goodness. Do y'all remember this joker right here? This guy provided us with some of the most hilarious content we've ever heard. If you don't know who this is, he is a dog trainer who they have given credit to for creating the XL bully. Look at that. Man who created the XL bully explains exactly why he did it. People, I don't even know if that's true, that he's the one who created the XL bully. But you all remember what he said in that video. He sounded so ridiculous. It sounded like you were listening to a dope fiend or something. I've heard more convincing people, pro dog people, speak. And he made one of the worst videos possible. Let me see if I can find it here. It's still on. If you go to my channel, right? It's still on here. Click live. Scroll down, and I remember I splattered his face right here. It is right here. Dave Wilson. Okay. Wait a minute. I even titled it IHD versus Dave Wilson. Y'all see the way I made this video. I was trying my best to provoke this guy into responding. And of course, he has not. He has not responded. this channel right here, I believe, it's somehow is associated with him. All of his videos is promoted through this channel. Okay, and this is the guy. Y'all remember this guy. And I actually think, wait a minute. No, yeah, y'all remember this guy. So the Mirror took it upon themselves to do an article on him a few hours ago. You see, this surfaced just a few hours ago. Decided to, man, how could you listen to that video that he made and decide to do an article on him? Did he really persuade you with all that nonsense? If so, then this is bad for the dog lover world. Y'all headed down the wrong path. And I think they would have been better off had they just kept doing what they were doing. And that is calling every attack an accident. And then, doing the same thing, wash and repeat. But no, instead, they want to come with this XL Bully Band facade. Because they're arrogant. Just like these nutters bringing dogs into grocery stores. Even the lawmakers, the whole dog pit bull lobby, they're all getting arrogant and bold at this point. No, this man did not explain why he tried to, but he claimed he wanted to create the ultimate docile family dog. And he blames greedy, cash-grabbing breeders for making these dogs dangerous. His theory is that it is because breeders sell these dogs at such a low price. At such a high price that it encourages the breeders to breed them faster. And breeding them faster or at a higher volume, they don't have the time to really, teach the dog to not attack people? Shut up, man. This is the goofiest, and I hope you're listening. I hope you've heard that video I made in response to what you said, and I hope you're listening to this one. Man, you have put forth one of the goofiest, nonsensical, illogical arguments I've ever heard in my life. Okay? Said he wanted to create the ultimate companion dog. Y'all remember he said that bully breeds are no different from any other breed. Yes, he did in that video. And he also said that all of the statistics that we've heard, that we've read on dog attacks are false. And he said there are no statistics available that proves that bully breeds attack at a higher rate. So when there are news reports of a dog attack and we actually see them hauling a dog out of the home with blood all over its mouth, a bully breed, and we see maybe 2-3 bully breeds, and they got, ears falling out their mouth and blood all around their mouth, eyeballs all over the ground. And we see attack after attack after attack. Most of them are bully breeds. He's saying that's a figment of our imagination. And y'all actually write an article on this idiot. Well, as I read this, I noticed that the Mirror is possibly putting his ignorance and incompetence on blast. That I suspect that is the goal of making this argument. People, I'm telling you, I suspect that the pit nutter world making themselves look so bad that not even these media outlets are able to defend them all the time. That's what I suspect, because in this article, all they do is share everything he said in that video, which was very illogical. If y'all listen to that video, it's ridiculous. I started to wonder if this guy was truly a drug addict, the way he was talking. But they share what he said, all that ridiculous stuff that he said, and then they add their own 2 cents. See? He said, Dave said the vision was for a family, And then in this article, they ended the article by sharing the statistics, the attack statistics in the UK for the XL bully. And that's all you have to do to make this guy sound like an idiot. And that's exactly what the Mirror did. This was kind of funny. And you can see it here. And they put the statistics, they highlighted the statistics and provided links. Said there has been 8 serious dog attacks in Britain in the past year, most involving XL bullies, 6 of which were fatal. There's a record 9,424 hospital admissions from dog attack last year, meaning cases have risen by a third in the past decade. And again, at least half of all of them. Look at this. New data has also revealed XL bully bands carried out half of the fatal dog attacks in the UK. Understand, people, this is exactly the statistics and data that proves that what he said was wrong. He sat up here and said there is no statistics, there is no data. That's why I was telling y'all, when he was saying that in that video, I was like, what? No way. No way is this guy making himself look this bad. And he got hundreds of thousands of followers. The biggest idiots in the world get the largest following in today's world. That's the craziest thing. Okay. XL bully dogs carried out half of the fatal dog attacks in the UK since the pandemic. At least 23 people have been killed by dogs the last 3 years. The XL bullies or similar smaller breeds were suspected to be involved in 12 of the attacks. 12 out of the 23. That is more than half were bully breeds. Okay, so oh my goodness, Mr. Wilson, if you're listening, I'm going to share this with you because you got a little Twitter handle too. If you're listening, please chime in. Please, you need to redo that video. This is not good for your business, man. Stuff like this is going to get around. Not only is my video out debunking what you said, the Mirror is also exposing you just by sharing what you said along with the real statistic. That's bad. That's when you know that they're con artists. When all you have to do is share the data, share the statistics after they're done speaking. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So listen, dog lovers, pit nutters, I want to thank all of you for making what I do so easy. This is not difficult at all. Lord. But I suspect that they are going to try to push that XL bully thing here in the United States. And again, I don't know where you are in the U.S., those of you who are in the United States, but in your part of the world, have you heard of XL bullies? Has there been discussions about XL? I personally haven't. Of course, I don't be in dog circles anyway, but I just never heard of no XL bully. I've heard of all these other bully breeds. But I suspect they're going to try to bring the XL bully band thing here in hopes to try to also promote bully breeds here, seeing that the United States and the UK probably got more shelters overflowing with bully breeds. But like I said, I think it's a failed tactic and it's going to backfire. And I think the main reason it's going to backfire is because we're here. The only way something like that would work is if we were not in the internet era the way that we are now. Okay, social media is very powerful right now. And your the con games that you run is much easier spread today. Y'all know the internet will encourage people to talk about things that they just would not talk about in person. We all know that. People get online and they'll say a whole bunch of stuff that they would never say in person. So the dangerous part about that is that the regular everyday people can share information, transfer information, and people can persuade each other based on factual information now. And that's all you need to expose agendas. And I suspect that's what this is. They want to try to bring this whole XL bully thing because, see, y'all bring attention to dangerous dogs. We gonna share the truth about these dangerous dogs. It's only coming from the anti-dog people. I'm not talking about just my channel. The things that I'm saying, you'll find people saying all over the anti-dog platforms, everywhere. Dog free, a lot of those people on dog free, they don't listen to my videos, but you'll see them saying the exact same things that I'm saying. It's not just the XL bully ban. Okay, so we're here now to expose how worthless an XL bully ban is. So don't try that. And ultimately what it will do is lead to a banning of all bully breeds. Don't bring attention to no XL bully when you know full well all of the other bully breeds can kill an adult. And do kill adults. Y'all really want to be dumb enough to try that XL bully ban here in the United States? Hey, knock yourself out. I'm interested to see how successful you're going to be, you know, in contrast to us putting out the truth. Because I ain't tired. I can go on for another 20 years like this. And everybody else can as well. You know, they're disrespecting, you know, they're minimizing us. Well, we putting in more work than a lot of these nutters, to be honest with you. Okay? With me, at least, about an hour a day, I'm just talking alone. So y'all go ahead and try to con the public here in the United States with this XL bully ban if you want to. I'm going to keep an eye on what Massachusetts is doing. And if y'all, if they implement a ban in response to a flipping dog being attacked, you need to be, y'all remember I did a story on this. The girl in Chesterville, Massachusetts that was attacked February earlier this year. They wasn't talking about no ban. Okay, let's look at it. And this is just earlier this year in Massachusetts. Were you talking about muzzles then? They ain't have no discussion about muzzles or a ban. Now hold on here. 6-year-old girl, Chesterville, Boston Hospital. Lily Norton. I remember that name. Okay. Now look at this. She was in critical condition, intensive care unit. She was there for 10 days, hospitalized. So she was torn to pieces. And what did they do? Look, we're asking for blah, blah, blah. As of Tuesday afternoon, a GoFundMe was created. They raised $77,000. So that's it. No talk of a ban, no talk of the need for muzzle, which is what I've been talking about. I've been talking about this for years. I've been pointing this out for years. How in these articles, when they report attacks like this, they never say, hey, we need muzzles. Maybe we should consider some bans, some regulations, some muzzles or something. No, it's only after a worthless mutt is attacked are these demonically possessed lunatics motivated to talk about doing anything to these dogs. Only then are they talking about safety regulations. So right now, these people, they're not in the right state of mind to even deal with us, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Their whole state of mind is wrong. And it's going to backfire. So go ahead and bring your little XL bully here to the United States. Because see, here in the United States, I'm going to show up to these places. You hold some bully breed convention, you want to talk about something, we might show up there. If you're anywhere near Ohio, I'm going to drive there. Okay? Y'all going to have to deal with us eventually. So y'all better start, making some sense. Because if not, your politician's going to sound crazy, just like the prime minister over there in the UK. Look at how bad he sounded when you examine what he was saying. And it wasn't just me. If you go in those videos, look at the comment section, there are a lot of people criticizing what the things that he said. Okay, so politicians as well. If y'all come around here talking XL bully, you're going to sound just as foolish and illogical as these nutters. So we'll see what happens. Shout out to everybody able to join me for this live stream. And I hope to see you all back on the next as we continue with this crusade.